One. Good morning and welcome to a special edition of Real Reviews live from the Sundance Film Festival. I'm Tim Gordon. Charles Kirkland Jr. joins me. Charles, how you doing, my friend?
Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, Tim. I'm glad to be here.
That was pretty good. Thanks, Charles. All right. Up first for us this morning is the comedy How to Have Sex. And I'm not even sure if I introduced that right as a comedy, but the film spotlights three British teenagers who go on a rite of passage holiday weekend where they are drinking, clubbing, and hooking up in what should be the best summer of their lives. But as they dance their way across the sun-drenched streets of Malaya, they find themselves navigating the complexities of sex, consent, and self-discovery.
I'm going in!
What's your name?
Tara.
I've not noticed it before, but you're proper beautiful.
You two are actually my best mates. Gang, gang, gang. No one cares if you're a virgin, it's very chill, so why are you bringing it up then?
Hey, we're gonna play a game.
Alright, do us a favour and wake Tara up.
Ain't she yours?
My mum's life, I'm not joking.
I just look proper, yeah? Where have you been? Best holiday ever.
Charles Kirkland, man, we sat there and watched this movie together the other day. I'm gonna let you start, man. What did you think about this film directed by Molly Manning Walker in her feature film debut?
Well, first, let me just say congratulations to Molly Walker for having been nominated for the BAFTA award on this film and having a lot of awards come from this film. And as I sat and I watched the film, there are two phases to the film. There's the beginning where you're getting the intro to the girls and what they're doing, and then you have there's an incident that occurs, and then you have everything that happens to them afterwards. And so the tones shift dramatically from the beginning to the end, and I think Molly sets it up in that way that you can see how dramatic that and traumatic the incident that occurs is. So, when you're watching the film, there's a lot of ridiculous behavior by teenage girls. You just gotta wonder what's going on. And then, like I said, it turns serious, and you're like trying to understand why things happen the way they did. And so, and all in all, I thought the movie was okay. I can't be super positive over it like I guess the BAFTAs were, but I thought it was just an okay movie, and I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. But it didn't even impress it. That's all I can say.
Well, I was going to say, and after giving it maybe a day or two to kind of really think it and process the film, it would be easy to dismiss this story where the first act is them kind of, going on this holiday and they are like, it seems like they've been really restrained because they let loose like in a major way in the first act. There's tons of drinking there, then the result of too much drinking and then more drinking on top of that. And of course, there's this excessive need that we got to meet these guys and we got to hook up. And of course, this is apparently they don't really lay it out for us, but you can assume that this is kind of their last summer they've taken their exams and they're about to graduate. And as we've discovered, two of them will pass their test and the other one will not. And the one that does not is Tara, who the story is really through her point of view. Um,
Right.
it made me think about the young person who, who's like my daughter at home, and kind of how tough it must be for young girls to sort of navigate that experience, that rite of passage experience. Um, I'm a little higher on the film than you are, right? Because there was a lot of empathy for me, Charles, and despite the fact of a lot of this reckless behavior and abuse that happens in the film, you can tell how much of a struggle it was for this character to try to endure this, trying to, she has one friend who really has no empathy, and she's like, almost borderline jealous of her. Like, man, I don't understand, like, you hooking up with this guy, just hook up with him again. And it's like, it's just not that simple, because the pure act of being with someone is not something to ever be taken lightly. And I think the film, for the most part, does a really good job of talking or discussing or showing us the consequences of those sorts of actions. So, as I said, I think I'm a little higher on it than you were. I'm not saying it's one of the best films that I've seen at the festival, but I'd be willing, on a grading scale, to give it like a C plus, because I think that, as I said, the empathy and the struggle, which I thought kind of really bookend, not bookend, but like really was the opposite of like the first and second, maybe the first and half the second act, where it's just nonstop partying, where they were just going way, they were like, you talking about somebody going over 10, they were like on 59 in the first act, with all that drinking and partying and clubbing. But yeah, man, How to Have Sex, I thought was, as I said, it's a film that, as you said, the BAFTAs gave it a nomination. I could see it having some sort of a cult following if they market it properly. Not the strongest Sundance film I've ever seen, but definitely not the worst. And what are you thinking from a grade? Are you thinking more of a C, C minus? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a straight C. I think it would have been better if the director leaned into some of the commentary that was available. There were a lot of things that we were assuming that the character was feeling, and I wish they'd just been a little bit more explicit in what was going on in her head about what has occurred. So yeah, I give it a straight C.
All right, so there you go. But as we tell you guys every week, when we're doing these reviews, we'll let you be the judge. I'm not sure exactly when you can be the judge because this film's at Sundance. I'm not sure. Has it gotten distribution yet, to your
Not
knowledge? I
yet.
don't think so. All right,
Not
well,
yet.
there it is. So, How to Have Sex. There you go.